And as Jiggy alluded, how did this all started? Well, it started with Mark Davis, our owner, who bought the Aces in January, and you guys have probably heard a lot of why he bought the Aces, and a lot of that had to do with he wanted to elevate the league, but also elevate these young ladies where they are able to have an affordable salary here and stay in the States. And one of the things that I will say before we jump into Becky, I will say this about Mark. You know, I was coaching for almost 25 years, and his vision to not only elevate the players, but also his vision to elevate those who have paved the way. So as you guys probably know, this past season, we celebrated the 25th anniversary of the league. And we were, as a franchise, intentional on inviting those who have played for the San Antonio or Utah Stars. We invited them back for a weekend or weekday plus a guest. And we wanted them to know how important they were and still are to our franchise. And so the Alumni Initiative really gave us a chance and gave Mark a chance to visit with Becky. But we also wanted to also let Becky know that we appreciate what she's done on the court. So we also retired her jersey, and her jersey is hanging in the rafters of Michelob Ultra Arena, where we currently play. So that's where it really started when we decided to bring the players back. I was also able to hire Jennifer Azzi as our chief of business development. And that was something, again, that Mark expressed to me early on for us to really provide access and opportunities and put these young ladies in leadership roles. And we have one of the best leaders on and off the court in Becky Hammon. And we're so excited that she's going to be leading the Aces organization as our head coach.
Shot actually, now that I hear you tell the story, I'm like, were you after me way back then? Like, I'm not sure, because you guys obviously brought myself and my family in and treated us great. We had a great weekend, really fun weekend, getting to know you. And I think that actually probably was the first foundational piece to putting this all together. When I heard Nikki would be reaching out to me, to one of my friends, I said, really? I was like, why? She's like, talk to you about a head coaching job. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I feel like I've always been open-minded, and sure enough, talks obviously progressed. And me and my family, we just came to the conclusion that the Las Vegas Aces would be the best spot. And Mark's commitment, Nikki's commitment, the people that they're bringing along, Jennifer Azzi, you know, it's like, how can I not be a part of this group? You just could feel that they were building something special. So I'm super excited to be back in the W. I'm super excited to be leading this group of girls. And let's go. I'm ready for 2022. A lot did go into this decision, a lot of sleepless nights, to be quite honest. But at the end of the day, this is a tremendous opportunity. Like I said, the leadership that Mark and Nikki and the direction that they want to take the organization, and not just the organization, but also the WNBA, is something that could not be ignored. And so after grappling many nights, honestly, over it, I can tell you, Pepper, too, you know, when she first called, I had no intentions of leaving the NBA at this point, you know, and after talking to her and wrestling and throwing around different ideas and stuff, obviously I came to the conclusion that this was the best spot for me and my family, and an opportunity for me to, you know, sit in the big chair and be a head coach of a major professional sports league. And so I feel like I'm ready to have my own team. And this is the organization that made it very, very obvious they wanted me really, really bad. And so it's always good to be wanted. And so it quickly became evident to me that, you know, Las Vegas was the place for me. What I learned, I think, first and foremost, is probably about myself, is just I have a lot more to give back to the sport, to the athletes. You know, I've sat under now arguably the best coach in basketball history for going on, this will be 8 years for me after I complete this season. And, you know, I've just sat on so many meetings, so many practices, so many preps for playoff games or regular season games or whoever it is the next night that we're playing. And I think I've just, especially in my first few years, I really tried to obviously be a sponge. And I think in order to continue to improve, you have to be a sponge throughout your whole career, right? Like even it's sitting in the head coaching seat, you're still in the process of always learning and bringing on new information and new ideas. And so for me, I guess I'm here talking to you guys because I feel like I'm ready to be in that seat. And this is the organization that wanted to give me that opportunity. And so just that I have a lot to give, and that if anything I've learned, it's that basketball is basketball. The court is 94 feet. The hoop is 10 feet high. There's 10 players on the court, and it really doesn't matter who's out there. I want to coach the highest level basketball players. And I saw a lot of high level basketball players, not only on the Aces, but throughout the whole WNBA. I really started watching them actually pretty closely in the bubble when they made it to the finals against Seattle. One of my good buddies, Vicki Johnson, was obviously a coach, an assistant coach for the Aces. And so she was calling me and we were bouncing ideas back and forth on different things that they could have done. And likewise, one of my buddies was friends with Sue Bird, and obviously giving her transversely what she thought they should do. So I watched pretty closely that series. And so I know that the Aces are close, and I do feel like implementing a system and my offensive system and defensive system is something that I'm really looking forward to. And I think that championship is well within reach. So that opportunity in itself, to walk into a situation with a winning team and the caliber of players that I'll be inheriting from Bill in the foundation that he laid, I'm super fortunate and super blessed, and obviously very excited.